Hello, church. I have some important information that I'd like to share with you concerning the reopening of Vernal Christian Church for worship. It's exciting stuff. I hope when you hear it, you'll be cheering and setting off fireworks wherever you are. I'm excited about it. Now, first of all, it's important that I let you know that we have spent a lot of time praying and discussing and attending meetings and sitting in on webinars and talking to local health officials, all to determine what is the best path forward from high risk to this moderate risk. And certainly know that as your pastor, your safety, your well-being, that is my first and my foremost concern and responsibility. Now, that being said, we do have a plan in place for moving forward and reopening the church building this Sunday. As all of you experienced during this time, though, things can change, and they can change quickly. Now, we do have a plan, but if information and guidelines change, then we will be forced to adjust and change those plans accordingly, just as we did back in March. But as for today, and that key word is today, this is our plan. We will be reopening parts of the VCC campus this Sunday, May the 10th. Now, in order to aid and abide by the local social distancing guidelines, we'll be having not one, but two worship services, new times, 8:30 and 10:30. We are asked by county health officials to recommend to all our folks who are over 65 years of age, that's me, we're encouraged to watch either service online, but we're also told that it's up to each of us to decide. Now, this first Sunday, both services will be streamed on Facebook. And that's really to celebrate this reopening because we're taking the opportunity to offer at that 8:30 service a classic worship service of hymns and gospel songs, and then we will have our regular contemporary worship service at the 10:30 hour. It is hoped that our hardy senior saints will enjoy that 8:30 time as a time of praise, whether it's at home or here in the worship center, because we'll be using the music of your long faith life, and if you want that, tune in or attend the first service. Certainly any and all are welcome at that first service, but this is really just designed to be a special appreciation and an expression of that appreciation for the prayers and for the faithfulness of all of our young at heart. Now, we'll be streaming those services live, but this first Sunday, because of the difference between the two, both will first be Facebook streamed at their regular times, 8:30 and 10:30, and then both will be posted on the church's YouTube channel Sunday afternoon. Now, why two services? Well, it's because that only about a third of the capacity of the worship center can be used. Chairs will be in the range of about 80 to 85, and they'll be set apart, 6-foot clusters, 2, 4, 6 in number. We're mandated to do that. The clusters, the 2, can only be occupied by families and households, and that means that any of you that have friends and guests that you're looking forward to seeing, they're going to have to sit in adjacent clusters. And because of the reduced seating, those who are planning on attending, you must also reserve your spot for which service and for how many members that will be attending. There are forms found on the church's Facebook page and on the VCC website that you can fill those out. You can call the church office as well. Also know that the guidelines of social distancing means that all volunteers of VCC will be in areas where they will be wearing masks, they'll be wearing gloves, whether they're doormen, ushers, communion distributors, they'll all be doing that, and you are also encouraged as family members to bring masks from home and wear them as appropriate. Now, just know that if things continue to proceed in a positive manner, we will, down the road, be reopening our child care programs and our children's programming in Kids Zone. But that is down the road. For this Sunday, we will be offering family worship services with the children sitting with their parents. Now, we're recommending that families with children attend the 10:30 service because during that service there will be a Kids Zone Facebook live event that PJ and Dawn have put together. And if the kids bring their iPads and their tablets they've been using for school at home, if they bring those with headphones, they will have their own worship service right where they are while you enjoy the Big People Church. Now, just know that if you don't feel comfortable having a child in the worship center, you are more than welcome to still come, but possibly sit with them in the fellowship hall where we'll have a screen and speakers as well. That will also serve as an overflow room, not only for parents with fussy kids, but also if we start getting too crowded at either service, the ushers will start directing them in there as well. Just know that the worship center, the fellowship hall, the bathrooms, the other high traffic areas will be sanitized and cleaned before and after each service. There will be hand sanitizing soap pumps that will be positioned throughout the building. Also, just know that there's a lot of other little things, but as a church and as staff, we are taking every precaution for you to feel welcome, but also for you to feel safe. Just know, though, if you don't feel 100% comfortable with coming back to church quite yet, that's totally okay. And of course, if you're not feeling well, please, definitely, as always, we ask you to stay home. But just know that you can continually be a part of the BCC family from your home. We hope not forever, but certainly for this season, if you so choose. Now, I'm asking for you to use your judgment, for you to use your discretion as to what is best for your family, and we will completely support whatever decision you make. Now, one other thing. As most of you know, this whole quarantine thing hit right as we were beginning a major remodel project of our worship center. And you'll get to see that this Sunday. But not everything is back in place yet. So getting ready for Sunday doesn't just mean rearranging chairs or following health protocols. It also means a full spring cleaning. And so I want to know, any of you who can, if you would just join us this Saturday morning, the 9th of May. And there are a dozen little tasks, both in the worship center, fellowship hall, inside, outside, that we need to do. And you can help us greatly get them all done by arriving at 9 a.m. During the rest of this week, there will be messages and posts about info regarding that, and I'll be contacting you personally. We need as many as possible to help get ready for Sunday, as well as those who might volunteer for one or the two services. It can be done quickly if we have a good team, and otherwise there's going to be some very exhausted volunteers and possibly not even have everything ready. It could be a great time of fellowship. If you choose to come on Saturday morning, please pray about it and consider joining us. If anything changes, we will adapt, we will change, and we will communicate to you the details about how we're going to go forward with any changes. But here's what I can say. We are about to gather for worship. Boy, it feels so good to say that. I love you guys. I've missed you guys. Lord willing, I'll be seeing you all very soon. I want you to have a great week. I hope we'll see you over the weekend. And we are thrilled, Diane and I, to be your pastor and first lady. We pray that you will continue to pray for this church and its mission as we pray for you. God bless.